Hi, my name's Janine Odendahl, and I'm teaching quilling at the Saugerties Library. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a 3-inch strip of 1/8-inch paper, and you're going to take your slotted tool, and you're going to slip it in there. Helps if you have better lighting. And then you're just going to gently roll it around. You don't want to pull on your paper as you're rolling, but you just want to roll it down and keep it even as you go. And for your tight circle, when you get to the end, don't let go of it. Then you want to take your needle tool, glue, and get yourself a little dab of glue.
Now, should this be up at the end, or
it should be right at the end of the paper. And you don't need a lot of glue. You just need a little bit. And you just hold it there for a couple seconds. And then gently slide it off. And then you can use your tool to flatten it out, and there you have your tight circle.
And then glue it on here.
Yeah.
Can you say something about what quilling is? I mean, where it
Yeah,
came from?
quilling is actually, it actually predates back to colonial times. Probably actually before then. I actually had a write-up that I brought a couple times ago where the monks in the monasteries used to use metal, actually. Metal filigree is what they used to do, but it became very expensive. So they did, they cut the gold edgings off their Bibles, and they twirled them, and they used to decorate little boxes, and they used to do actually very, very intricate kind of stuff. So, and what I've read is quilling actually came from the word quill, like the feather quill. That's what they used to use to roll their paper around. So that's how it got its name. So it's been, it's actually, you know, called other things like paper filigree, twirled paper. And actually here's some samples here if you want to get them on there.
now how do you make the loose circle?
And this is something
See
actually
how
that
tiny that is?
we're going to be making this today. Thinking of you, it's a little Valentine. We're going to be doing that.
Springs back a little, loosens up
Oh, no, that's sharp.
as you let
Oh,
go.
so
That
just
is
roll
sharp.
it and then-
And that's all paper.
Right.
Yep.
So's this.
This
Look at
is
little
too.
teeny tiny little flowers.
I don't know about the inside.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah.
Shows.
There's these two little roses.
There's a
Oh, there
little
you
piece
go.
of paper in there that's in the middle. I was thinking that didn't show. But
Wow.
Did you bring any of your work that you have done? Did you bring your dove?
No,
You didn't bring your dove.
no, I didn't bring anything. I did bring my dragonfly.
I did make that basket.
Oh, in a little basket.
Yeah, did you take your basket out? No, look at your basket.
Oh no! Here's a dragonfly.
Oh, wow.
And we got a little butterfly.
Holding on to it seems to be the
Oh,
tricky
we got a
part.
little snowman.
And there's the little basket.
It's the same size, almost the same size. It's too tight.
Yeah, mine didn't work out so good either.
Did you see the trinket box?
You have to get
This is
the
a
knack
little,
of it.
a little trinket box.
You can
Oh.
unglue it and loosen it.
Sunflower lid. All made out of paper.
What size is
Very,
yours?
very
Difference
fun.
between a loose scroll
How
and
did
a
you?
loose
It's just that it's glued.
Yeah, I don't want it.
The end is open.
The end is open, that's correct. Yep.
So everything starts from this motion?
Everything starts from just your basic rolling of your paper. Quilling, twirling.
And how do you make this little teardrop shape? Just pinch
Now,
it?
yep, all you're going to do is make a loose circle and glue it. And then after you glue it, then you just gently pinch one end.
Oh, okay. My loose circle didn't look like that
No,
one.
Well,
mine
your
didn't
loose,
come out
when you
that
do
way.
the loose circle, you have to make sure.
This one's like tight in the middle and then it gets loose as you go out. Mine's loose all over.
That's fine.
That's good?
Not every one you do is going to be exactly the
Same,
same.
okay.
They're all different. That's the beauty of it.
Okay.
You know.
So make a loose circle
So-
and then pinch it
We had
after you glue it.
Yeah, we had one gentleman, there was actually a gentleman at our first meeting that we had, and he was pulling as he was twirling. So when you pull and you keep your tension really, really tight, when you're and then you try to take it off and make it loose, it's not really, really loose. It is, but I mean, it's not like
Oh,
if I
yeah,
did.
that turned out nice though.
But you don't want to pull. You
Okay,
you
just
gently,
roll. No tension.
gently roll. I mean, you're just using your fingers as like a support.
Are your papers longer than ours? Mine doesn't seem.
No. See, now you can see this. You can see the difference in this shade. Mine's a little bigger because it is a little bit looser because I didn't have that tension
Didn't
pull.
pull, okay.
And you also want to remember that when you glue. Oh, where's the cap to the glue?
Right here.
I leave it in the cup so that
It's down.
It's down. Does anybody have a dab of glue I can just borrow real quick here?
Here's some.
So after you put your glue on,
Oh, so you're gluing it off of this tool?
yeah, I glue it off my tool.
Okay.
So yeah, so after you twirl, especially, well, when you do a tight circle, you can leave it on there. It helps just kind of keep a hold of it so it doesn't bounce back open on you.
But the looser ones you
But
can
the
do it
looser
off.
ones, you just take it off and let it open up. See, and then you get a nice,
Right. And now you want to make the teardrop
And
so
all-
that looks tighter inside and then more
so
loose.
all you're gonna do though is make sure your seam where you glued is in the middle of your circle. And then you're just gonna really gently, because if the harder you pinch, the more weird you're gonna make it look. It's not gonna look quite right. And then that's gonna be your teardrop. And the marquee is like an eye, so you're just gently pinching both sides. How are we doing, ladies?
And then 3.
You using your measuring thing there?
Yeah, well, you know, it helps to make consistent circles.
Yeah,
And I'm still rolling
I'm kind
too
of-
tight for a loose coil, so it's only going into 3. You getting into 2?
Barely.
Yeah, nah, 2's too big.
Well, it actually should fit in a 6.
That's a 6.
This?
That's
Okay,
a
then you
6.
have a different
Oh, I'm
measurement
going, this
than
is
I
the
do.
6. The 6 is the tiny,
Six
tiny
is
one.
tiny.
The way I have my board is set up 3, 6, 9. It's a 3-inch piece of paper, a 6-inch piece of paper, a 9-inch. So I know that when I do a 6-inch piece of paper, it goes in that corresponding circle.
Uh-huh.
Do you have it with you?
I don't have it with me. You know, this every time we meet, I end up forgetting something.
Oh, we asked for just the thing you don't have.
And how often do you meet here?
We meet once a month. What is it? Well, it's not always the same. It's sometimes
Wednesday, sometimes Tuesday.
yeah, Wednesday, Tuesday. It just depends on what works.
Send
for us.
everybody home with homework?
Yeah, usually I bring some kind of pattern or something for them to go home with. So if we don't have time to finish everything that I prepared today, then they'll have stuff to go home with, and they have lots of time. They've showed me up. They do more than I do. Here's another neat little tool too. This is a crimper. You just take your piece of paper, you stick it in there until it grabs it, and you just spin it. It crimps your paper,
You
and
use
then
that
when
for all
you do
kinds of
this, you
crimps.
want to do this pretty gently because you don't want to take out the crimping.
Oh, and then it just gives it a little extra.
But you can see the difference between that and that, like, you can see the difference, right? So it just adds a little bit of extra texture to it. It gives it, a unique look.
And this is,
And what is it? A Quilling handicap, right?
Yes.
Too much glue. Well, I always say with the glue, less is more.
And holding on to it, I can see where those
Yes,
tweezer
the
things would
tweezers
be great.
definitely come in handy. So you don't have to fumble over your own thumbs and
Now, where does everybody go to get these tools?
got too many
you can get
thumbs.
some from Ben Franklin. If they don't have any, they'll order it for you. Or you can go to many different websites online. You just do a search on Quilling, and you can go quillingsuperstore.com,
Whimsy quilts.
whimsiquills.com. Help me out, girls. What else?
Oh, there's a third.
There's so many. Ericas.com.
But shop locally.
Yes, shop locally. So go to Ben Franklin and they'll order it from you and they'll still get the credit. So, because they have a lot of nice stuff there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, ladies.
Bye. So now when are you airing that?